The Oracle Network.
Welcome to Talentless Talent. It's Thursday. It's Thursday and your girl is having a good week. Your girl is having a good time. Because it's Thursday and I painted my studio and I have paintings hung up and I'm actually becoming a successful member. Breaking stuff now. Homeowner of society. I want to sell the house. Get rid of it. Throw it away. Give me a new one. I want to live in a haunted Victorian mansion in the middle of nowhere and it's just me and my ghost. That's actually what I want. That is actually truly what I want. What do I have in store for you except for ghost? I have Billy Devore on the podcast. Billy Devore is a stand-up comedian from Cincinnati original, if you will. Billy Devore has a #1 comedy album on iTunes and all streaming platforms, Drinking at the Kids Table. It's fantastic. Check that out. It is a good time with Sir Billy. I just started calling him Sir Billy and I think it's because of his name. I don't know. I texted him on his birthday and I was like, happy birthday, Sir Billy. And I'm like, when did I start doing this? And he said, thanks. You're welcome, Billy. Happy birthday. His birthday was this week. We love a good celebration. We know how we like our birthdays in this house. Full of booze and confusion on getting older. Billy and I talked about some pranks that he pulled in high school. We talked about him in a music video for the Joaquin Phoenix I Am Still Here movie. His job at GameStop. We talk about a lot of stuff, so listen to a freaking episode and enjoy it. I'm having a hard time because there's a lot of things falling off my mic. Anyway, it's a really good episode. And of course, thank you to the Oracle Network, my fabulous network. We love being here. And also a huge shout out to Spreaker. Spreaker's amazing for podcasters. You can get all of your information in one place. You can do words. You can do, I'm doing an ad. I'm like, I can't talk. You can do monetization, ad premiums. You can also create a space for yourself and your statistics all set up to how you want it. That's Spreaker, Spreaker.com. There's so many plans for you to choose from. It is amazing. In the Oracle Network, there is going to be a promo video on one of my episodes this June for the podcast of the month, Cat Lawyer. It was amazing. It's Cat's Lawyer. Oh my God. Is that a reference to that? Oh my God, I just figured out what that podcast is referring to. My podcast refers to people who have talents. And you know who has a talent? Billy frickin' Devore. He's on the podcast. We're talking about his cats. There is a moment of complete confusion and there should be a moment of silence for me getting Daft Punk mixed up with an unsuspecting other musical artist. Stupid. My life is dumb. It's also full of bombs. It's not full of bombs. When is Bill Bomb? Bill Bomb never. Bill Bomb I have never met. But Billy does talk about a time that he did have a really hard set just out there at a strange restaurant. We also talk about some good eats. It's a really good episode. What have I been doing? Nothing. I have not been getting any talenteder. I've been learning a lot about other people's talents. I've been having a really good time hanging out with my friends and just big freaking chilling. Just really good. I still have not found my talent. When I do, I'll let you guys know. I don't know. We're too far in. I you know what I am talented of? Not getting t-shirts made. Terrible communicator with people. I'm also really talented at communicating with a ghost in my house. I don't think there's a ghost here, but I want a house with ghosts. That's what's so boring about this house. There's no freaking ghosts. Anyway, it's Talent Thursday. We got Billy Devore on the podcast. Enjoy it, babes. we're not starting yet. Go check out the fucking 5 Points Comedy Showcase, which is hosted by John Holmes and Billy Devore. It's every first and third Tuesday at the 5 Points Beer Garden in Western Hills. Check that out. Billy is also going to be performing at different venues. So, we got Laughs and Drafts Comedy on the Beer Patio. That's hosted by Billy and Lee. Billy and Lee. You know Lee from a previous podcast, and now you're gonna know Billy. So go check that out. That is June 17th, 8 to 10 p.m. Laughs and Drafts at High Grain Brewing. Check them out. If you haven't seen some good stand-up comedy, Cincinnati's where it's at. The scene is on fire here. It is absolutely amazing. Everybody in the scene is just amazing. I hate saying in the scene, but I guess it's what it is. So yeah, go check them out. And sometimes I do stand-up comedy. I'm not going to tell you where or when. Yes, but yeah, check out 5 Points, hosted by John and Billy. It's supposed to be a good time. Every first and third Tuesday at the 5 Point Beer Garden in Western Hills. Go check it out. Now it's Talentless Talent. Now we're partying, baby. What's up? What's good?
And then, and it all is recorded to an SD card. So
seriously?
It doesn't fucking crash.
You just gotta, that's a backup. That's a whole backup, bro.
It's amazing.
I get freaked out because, like, I forget to save stuff. Oh, yeah. So I won't save it, like, until 3 days later. I'm like, oh my God. Oh, I lost half of this shit.
Forgot.
Oh my God. But, yeah, so pretty much just to go over, I don't know, logistics.
Sure.
There are none.
Oh, I love that.
Just balls to the wall. I have no actual outline. We just pretty much talk.
Oh, perfect.
See where it takes us. Of course, I gotta, do the introduction, whatever. But
all that fun stuff.
Yeah, of course. Okay, hold on. I do have notes.
Caught me at the right time because I just an hour ago beat my hangover from the weekend.
Oh, same. I took a fucking hour and a half nap. I thought I was gonna die.
I woke up yesterday morning, pool of sweat, and hot and cold.
At the same time.
Rolling over. Because my buddy was in town from Seattle. And he hadn't been in town in 2 years.
You gotta go hard.
Oh my God. It was the Friday, the Monday, Tuesday text of, I don't think we should ever drink again. That kind of shit.
I'm done, yeah.
Yeah.
I've been seeing that shit where people are like, oh my God, when you realize that not having a hangover is better than being drunk, that's when you know it's done. Yeah. And I think I realized that today because I got to work and I was like, I don't know what is happening. I can't see straight. Yeah. That's the worst hangover feeling. The sweatiness and just not...
The brain fog kills me.
That's the worst.
Because I don't feel like myself. And I didn't feel like myself until literally 2 hours ago.
I'm glad it worked out that well.
Me too. I was like panicked. I was like, oh God, I don't know if I can do this today. And then I was like, get it together. So I went and got a big sandwich. Yes. And like kicked its ass.
That's amazing. What did you drink?
Oh my God. So we went out Friday night. So we went to the ballpark. Bunch of craft beers. Oh yeah. And then you get your nice craft beers, couple to start. Then you get the big old fucking tall boy Budweisers. Yes. Get you a Bud Light seltzer. And then where do we go from there? Where did we fucking go?
Started getting blurry about then.
Spent a ton of money. Then we went out a little bit downtown. Then we went back to our place, drank there. Saturday woke up still drunk. And then was like,
let's go again.
We gotta play through. And that's what we did. We played through. We went to my buddy's housewarming party. Our buddies came. We went to Sugar and Spice for brunch. Then we went across the street to Barceso and had some real nice cocktails.
Oh, yeah.
And then went from there to our place, had a drink there, then went to my buddy's. Ate a cicada Saturday night.
No fucking way. Was there chocolate on it? Was there sauce involved?
I picked it up off of Flour. My wife did. She's like, look. And I was like, oh.
Pizza! Oh, my God. What did it taste like?
I threw up. Yeah? Just immediately was like, whoop. Just like the rest of the beer I had in my stomach. And then like that. And I was like, whoop. Nope. Mm-mm.
Well, do you know if Snappy Tomato's going to do their cicada pizza?
So, we have a shirt.
Yeah. I've seen that on Cincy shirts.
It's sweet. We have a shirt. We don't know if they're actually going to do it. What I want to do is keep them like in a bag, put them in my fridge, cold smoke them, and put them on like a charcuterie board.
Holy fuck.
And see if anybody actually eats it.
Are you going to tell them that it's cicadas, or are you just going to let them go in? No. You would know, right?
Let them go in, right.
Yeah.
You could look, take the wing. The trick is you want to take the wings off. Well, here's what happened. I took the first couple crunches, and it went down my throat, and then it tried crawling back up.
No, still like living kind of deal? That's
Yeah, even though I have crunched it.
Oh my God. Cicadas are aggressive. They're evil. I know they don't bite and they don't hurt, but they'll like fly straight into your head.
Yeah, they're dumb. Like
They're so stupid.
so stupid.
Do you want to do headphones? We can do headphones.
Whatever you want.
We can make it immersive.
Ooh.
Whatever that
We do headphones too.
I like headphones. But people freak out because they can, like, hear themselves. I'm like, you don't have to wear the headphones.
Dude, I've been doing a podcast every week for 2 years.
For 2 years.
We've only missed, like, 3 days.
That's amazing. Have you ever thought about taking a hiatus?
We did. This off season, we really thought... I really thought about it. And then I was just like... Lee and I talked about it, and we decided to stick with it.
Yeah.
Because he's like, dude... Because he was the only guy during the pandemic that Alicia would allow come over.
Yeah.
You know, for the whatever those... I gotta fix my hair. Whatever those days were, like those months, I told her, it's like straight up, I was like, there's no way I'm gonna do this podcast over Zoom when he lives down the street.
He literally does.
Yeah, now he lives on Mulberry with Morgan, so it's like...
Oh, he's right there.
Yeah.
It would not make sense to not do it.
Yeah, I lean off my roof right. I could see his apartment. So,
Jesus. That's awesome, though. You guys are, like, right there by each other. You just lean out, hey, what's up?
What's up, what's up? Dude, what's really nice is I work from home, so if I don't have any deliveries that day, I'll just text him, be like, you want to come have a cigar on the roof while I work? He's like,
yeah. That's dope. That's super cool. Okay, so to introduce, welcome to Talent's Talent.
Ooh.
Ooh.
We already started. I love that.
I have Billy Devore.
Hi.
What's your full name's William John Devore the Fourth?
Yeah, did you find that one on my phone, like when I was texting you? I don't know. Apple screws me like that.
It just makes that your, like, required name.
I know. It's just whatever legally I give them money for whatever Candy Crush coins I need or whatever. It's like, we have to have your legal name so you can buy this app. I'm like, does Golf Clash really need to know that? When I buy a bucket of balls, this is embarrassing.
Oh, God. You got to put it all in. That's long. That's
long. So, so here's some interesting stuff for you. William John Devore the first, great-great-grandfather, invented the first amusement ride in the United States.
No fucking way.
It was at Coney Island. It was called the Whirlpool. You just sat in it, and then you just went in a circle. That was it. And I was like, oh, he was known for being a drunk, so I think he was just in a bathtub, just hammered, playing with the stopper. Like, this would be a fun ride.
What's the background of the name? Are you're French, but you're also Jewish.
Yeah, okay, so I'm French, German, Jewish. Didn't find out I was Jewish until I was 20, and to be told by my mom. There's a great bit about that on my album, Drinking at the Kids Table. Have to drop it early and often.
Number one on iTunes,
that's
baby.
Right.
It's the number one comedy on iTunes.
I was the king of comedy for a day and a half.
That's awesome.
Yeah, pretty cool. But one, so my mom, German, Wolfengel.
That's German.
Zybel, Jewish. So, yeah, the French side's my dad. German and Jewish is my mom.
Germany and Jewish.
One of the first jokes I ever did was, I'm German, French, and Jewish, which means I want to take over the world, give it up, and sell it back at a reasonable rate.
That's good.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. It's perfect, though. It makes total sense.
A reasonable markup. God, I haven't said that in so long.
Damn. So that was, like, a beginning joke? Like,
that was like
deep early.
So there used to be this thing called rooftop comedy. It was so cool because they would be filming at a bunch. Like, there was like 14 other clubs. They had a camera set up. They would film you, and then there was this thing called Top 8 of the week. And if they would watch every week, and then your joke, if it was selected, would be on there for a week, and you'd be published.
Oh, that's cool.
And I got picked for that one. And then another joke I don't remember off the top of my head. So,
yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Because you've been doing comedy since, what, 2011? Am I good? Look at that. I'm not even looking at notes.
It's just so weird. I'll be turning 31 this year.
That's crazy.
And so I've been doing it for a decade.
That's nuts. Happy fucking 10 years, dude.
Thanks. And I'm still here. I'm really making it. No, it's also... To be 100% honest, it is a fault of my own. I was not good when I started. It took a long time for me to figure it out. I still am. I figure stuff out every day.
Right.
But it was just like really year 6, I like turned a corner. Like between 5 and 6, I felt it. And then 7 and 8, I was like, okay, all right, I think I can put out an album. And then I was like, fuck it, I'm just going to do it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Where did you do the album at?
The Hub.
No fucking way.
Sold the Hub out June 8th, 2019.
That's nuts. Oh my God, what a cool place to fucking do it too.
Right? I was just like, I've been running the show there for a while with Lee. Like, I did the showcase, he did the mic. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to do it here. I talked to Lindsay. She was like, yeah, that's a great idea. We sold it out. We sold like 77 tickets
in the Hub.
Imagine that now. Like where we've been the past year. Asses to elbows. Everyone on top of each other. Just coughing. Not worrying about it.
Who cares?
Who cares? Whatever.
Using a bathroom with like literally no soap in it. The Hub's dirty sometimes. It used to be. Lindsay's done a really good job.
Sometimes. That fucker's still dirty. Yeah. Come on. That's the charm of it. It's the Hub.
It's the Hub. The dirty old Hub.
Dirty old Hub.
Did you produce it yourself? Like, how did it go?
So I had this guy, Lauren Turner. He engineered and produced it. And he was with Foxy Shazam for a while.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And then,
I always forget they're from Cincinnati.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
That's wild.
And then and I went over to his place afterwards. We put it together and it sounds great. He fucking killed it. But it's amazing he made it sound that good.
Yeah.
In that space where it's just tall and can kind of echo, and he just nailed it. So it was really cool. And then I self-put it out under my own LLC, Billy Devore Comedy LLC.
That's awesome.
It's amazing. So here's my thing. When people are starting and doing this shit, like, you should be putting out EPs or LPs. Like, if you're touring regularly, like what Rand did is genius, where he's like, I got a 25-minute thing, I'm just going to throw it out.
Yeah.
And I use DistroKid. It's like $60 for the year, and it's on every streaming platform.
That's smart.
Spotify, Apple Music. I'm on TikTok. I'm on Napster, Amazon Music, like all of this stuff. And it's just uploading it and sending it in. And they were super easy and great to work with. So anyone doing this should like figure that out. And the one thing I haven't figured out, and this is also my fault, is like getting onto Sirius XM. That's like where you get the you get the big bucks.
Yeah.
But I haven't figured that out yet.
How do you even? I wouldn't even.
I have no idea. I have I have somebody's email that has somebody's email that might go there.
It might happen. Yeah. It might happen. Jesus Christ.
I'm just emailing Q102. Hey, put my album on. Here's the hits.
Did you expect it to go number 1?
I kind of did. Not trying to sound like a prude or anything, but it's like it doesn't take much to get there.
Yeah.
You supposedly just have to sell like 35 albums.
And then it gets there.
Yeah.
So you're just texting all your close friends, like, buy this fucking album.
Hey.
It's me again.
Hey. And then my buddy, Danny, works with, like, a bunch of bands. He does, like, merch for him. Like Thrice and Two Door Cinema Club and ton of bands. Do you know Jake Miller? He's, like, a pop artist. Does, like, his merch and tours with him. So he's got a lot of connections. And I was, like, super sad because it was, like, May of last year, and it was tough. And I'm like, when are we ever going to be able to do anything again? Fuck it. I'm just going to put the album out. And I texted him. I'm like, hey, I just put the album. It's going to come out in like 4 days. He called me. He said, cancel. Can you just cancel that? I'm like, why? He goes, I'm hiring you a publicist. I was like, okay. All right, I'll put you in touch. And they really helped a lot. I was in the San Diego Jewish Journal.
What?
Yeah.
How did that happen?
My publicist just sent it out to everybody. And they were amazing.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Jesus, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Because I was going to ask, like, did you expect to put it out in the middle of a pandemic? When did you record it?
I recorded it June 8th of 2019, then I was just sitting on it.
Oh my.
And I was like, you know what? I'm going to put out vinyls. I'm going to do this. And I didn't. I still am. I would like to do that.
Right.
But I also would like to have, like 55 dates on the calendar. Mm-hmm. Right now it's coming back for sure, which is awesome. Yeah. Like being able to go out and do comedy every night this week, there is the ability to do that. So it's like great that everything's coming back and becoming normal, but I don't know how long touring itself will become normal depending on I'm afraid of winter again.
Yeah.
They're like, the variants and everything's coming. Is it like getting to the point where it's like we just kind of say sorry and keep moving on? and let everything get back to normal or whatever. So it's like kind of, I've been hesitant on it because it's a big purchase.
Yeah, it's a big, because you have to weigh out those pros and cons.
Right.
Which is fucking terrifying in the middle of a pandemic.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a minimum. I have to order like 200.
Oh my God.
Yeah, 200 vinyls. You have some downstairs. I'm going to guess you have like 60 vinyls.
Yeah.
Okay, 2.5 times that. And you're like, that's just mine sitting around.
You start using it as like fucking placeholders. Put your cup down on it.
Oh my! Hey, this is a nice charcuterie board. Well, actually, it's my album. You can have it. Just wipe off the top. I don't need it. I have many more of these plates.
There's so many.
Yeah. So that's a little horrifying, to be like honest. Like, so much of comedy in itself, to the outside, is horrifying to people. Once you really start doing it and getting into the business side of stuff, which I am terrible at. Is like even more horrifying.
Did you ever expect it to get to there, doing the business aspect of it?
No. I mean, no, and that's like the worst part of the whole thing. So I don't want to have to like sit and email people all day, and that's it. But that's a part of it, and that's something you have to do if you want to be successful,
right?
And tour, because you just don't get agents, which would be super nice.
Any agents out there?
Someone please.
No agents are listening to this podcast.
Damn it! I was promised talent scouts.
None of them are here. It's too hot.
What about Doobie? Maybe he could book my tour.
Oh, Doobie could. She's really good at that, actually.
Oh, she is?
Yeah.
I believe it. She's a really good networking cat.
Yeah, she's a majestic cat. I don't understand that.
How old is she?
5.
It's about how old my cats are.
Yeah, you have 2 of them?
I do.
Give me their names and their stories.
Ezra LP Devore, and then Vinny Killer Mike Devore.
Killer Mike Devore.
Yeah, they run the jewels. Because I really wanted to name them Killer Mike and LP, and Alicia's like, you are not doing that. That's my wife. She's like, we're not doing that. I was like, fine. So they're named after our hall passes. Hers is Ezra Koenig from Vampire Weekend.
Okay.
And mine is Vinny, St. Vincent, Annie Clark.
Oh. Wait, is that hall passes like
you
you get to fuck one celebrity kind of thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
So then I just get to fuck my cat.
That's what it had to come to. That's where we're at.
That's where we're at.
Oh my gosh. So with having the cats,
yeah,
because you do a podcast, I'm gonna let all the listeners know, the new Nasty Boys. I'll be honest, the first time I listened to it, because the first time I met you was, I think, at an open mic at the Hub.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, which makes sense.
Because Sadie brought you, right?
Yeah, Sadie brought me. And I was like, yeah, your podcast, because I knew about it. Yeah. And you're like talking about the Reds. I'm like, wait a second. I wasn't expecting this. But it's all the Reds. It's all about it.
So like, what I'm really proud of us doing, like we've been doing it for 3 seasons. The first half, it transformed over time, but now the first half of it is just Lee and I goofing around. Yeah. Or if something really pertinent baseball's on our mind to start, we'll go there. But the first half is him and I goofing. We talked about the idea of creating a sex Olympics last week.
Yes, I would listen to that one.
Yeah. And how logistically it would work and all that fun stuff. So we figured we talked about that. Then we talked about baseball, like. We analytically and on the field stuff, like, him and I both grew up playing baseball. Yeah. All the time. And that was like our true love. I have Mr. Red Legs tattooed on my arm. I love baseball.
Love it.
I've been to 12 games so far this year.
Do you have season tickets?
I have the Sunday package, so I'm in the bleachers on Sundays.
Oh, shit. Yeah. That's dope. And then you get to go cruise Dora. Walk around.
That's right. Drink my White Claw, not a brown paper bag. It's refreshing.
It is. So how do you memorize? My biggest thing is like the fucking baseball facts, bro. Yeah. Because you are just spitting them off so fast, so quick. Are you like Googling this shit, or do you just know?
It's half and half. I'm half prepared, so I'll have my iPad set up, and then I'm clicking around, and I'm kind of placing my move. I'm like, when I'm talking, I'm already thinking 2 steps ahead, which is just like stand-up. Yeah. Where you're like, you're thinking about your... Nate Bargatze gave me this advice. He's like, he said this, and I don't know if it's really advice, but he just said, some of the best comedians used to be servers at restaurants. Because when you're working and you're working your tables, you are not thinking about the table that's right in front of you. You are thinking about the other 3 tables you have in your section and what food's up in the window and your plan of attack to run everything around. That's what stand-up comics do, is they've got the joke they're saying right there, but they're like, okay, my set list says go here, 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 but going back to that joke, I know that didn't vibe, so I don't know if this is going to vibe as well. What if I threw this here, thinking ahead? So when I'm talking about, say, like Jesse Winker, I'm thinking about where he's at in the lineup, following it with Nick Castellanos and how well those two are working together. So I already have Winker's numbers up. I'm spouting them out, but at the same time, I'm hitting another tab and I'm double checking.
And you're
myself.
opening his?
Yeah.
Oh, that is smart.
Yeah.
Because I listened to it and I'm like, oh my God, first of all, my brain cannot process, because I just can't. I played softball for a couple of years, for a long time actually, but
yeah, how long's a long time?
like 8 years. I played softball for a long time.
Oh hell yeah. How old till you weren't playing?
I was probably like 17.
Oh, you were playing high school.
Yeah, so but I wasn't playing like the real high school team because they wouldn't let me on the team because it was like popular kids only. Yeah, so that kind of sucked. And like it was like the girls whose parents were teachers at the school. And, like, the coach was a teacher at the school. Yeah. Yeah, so that was that thing. But
kind of ran into the same thing with my high school baseball team.
Why is it like that at every freaking high school, man? What? We all live the same childhood.
No shit.
Oh, my God. So when you were playing high school baseball, what position did you play?
Third, first, catcher, and then they eventually stuck me out in right field for an inning. That was fun. I was like, I've never played outfield in my life. You've seen my body shape. You know I'm not of any type of out and field. Don't make me run around.
Literally.
You know, I'll squat and I'll frame pitches, but you're telling me I have to run 50 feet that way and then judge a fly ball? No, thank you.
Yeah, absolutely no way.
Like, there was one that was finally hit to right field. I played for like 2 innings in right field, and there was the ball was flying. It was just a huge pop fly. And I was just under it, trying to get under it. I looked over, and I see the manager was just hands in the brow of his nose, just like, oh, just shaking his head. I hope he catches it. I hope.
Did you?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, shit.
I brought it in.
Yes. Then everybody's like, oh, my God.
Yeah. My favorite baseball story, I was a junior in high school, and I was starting at catcher as a junior behind the dish. And I was catching a pretty good game, and then I was up for my third at bat, and it was a 2-1. It was a 1-2 count. So I was coming in, and I had to protect the inside of the plate. So I was swinging because it was coming in on my hands. I don't know how, but I hit it right above the tape, and then the ball came back and hit me in the nose. And I just looked at my teammates, and I just said, "Shit on my dick," and then just sat on home plate.
I'm done.
With 2 black eyes, like immediately, and a half-broken nose. And the manager was like, all right, well, we'll take you out for the rest of the game. I said, no, I'm finishing this at-bat with just 2 wads of paper towels up my nose. I strike out, then catch behind the plate, too.
Oh, my God.
And finish the game.
Oh, my God. Baseball, softball, the whole dang thing, I think it can be more dangerous than football.
Yeah.
You're not really in pads. So if you get hit by a fucking ball, you're done. Like, it's...
Oh, yeah. It's game, set, match.
I watched a girl get her nose broken.
Oh.
All the time.
Just from a comebacker? Or?
Yeah, so somebody hit the ball, and it was, like, right level length.
Ooh.
And she, like, bent down to get it, and nope, hit her right in the nose. She, like, misjudged where it was at.
Oh.
And it just cracked her nose, broke her nose. We had to end the game, of course, but...
Oh, my God.
I think people get more, like... concussions.
Yeah, oh, for sure. Dude, I play in a beer league. It's the Gaslight Bar Softball League. It is technically the oldest recreational baseball / softball league in the state of Ohio.
Holy shit.
It's 107 years old.
Damn.
It used to be the church league, and then eventually just bought up and just over time went to the Gaslight. There was a dude who was pitching, just soft pitch,
right,
and threw it to him, whatever, and the guy fucking drilled it, just smoked it. Hit him in his left eye, and it set back his eye like a 1/6 of an inch.
So now it's just like dented
in.
He's
like, oh. So he'll pitch, and he has like goggles, and we all just give him shit.
Which I would fucking wear goggles too after that.
Oh
shit.
Yeah, dude. Put me behind the plate, or you know what? I'll play right field.
Yeah, right.
And just in the corner where I don't really have to run, and no one hits it.
Did you like being a catcher?
I loved it. You were in control of the game.
That's what I played. I was a catcher. Just because I was big and couldn't go anywhere.
I was the same as a kid, but then I figured out I could use my hands and move.
Right.
And no, I loved calling a game. And like one thing I was really good at, my buddy who was just in town from Seattle, I've known him since I was 4. And so like we played baseball together and we talked about it, how pitching, there's this thing called framing metrics, where now you're judged by, it's called stealing a strike. So say you catch it on the bottom half of the plate and you just move the glove up, you frame it, that's called an out, whatever, or a strike. I was like one of the only kids doing that in my league, and everyone's like, what's Billy doing? And I'm like, I'm framing, I'm trying to get a strike. And now it's like how you judge a catcher in professional baseball. So I was on the forefront of that at 9 years old.
Yep, Billy Devore started framing a game, baby.
That's right.
Oh, man. I absolutely love the game. Did you play anything else besides baseball?
I played football.
Yeah.
I broke my ankle playing football my sophomore year of high school. I was playing right guard, and so I was pulling across, going up the hole to block for the linebacker. Well, for the running back. Well, the linebacker in front of me thought I was the running back and tackled me, and the entire pile fell on my leg. You can see the scar.
Jesus, that's stressful.
And it's on the other side. Oh, I was laying on my stomach, and say this is my leg. That's my foot. So it was like 90 degrees.
Oh, God.
We were winning 63-0, and this was the start of the second half, like the third quarter, like 11 minutes and 37 seconds into the game, into the second half. And they called the game because it took so long to get me off the field.
Jesus Christ.
And they lifted me up, and everyone was standing clapping, so I'm waving at them like, hey, this is my moment in the sun.
You're just in so much shock at that point. You're like, I just love the laugh, the clap,
yeah.
the clapter.
The clapter's amazing. They stood up. I'm like, I kind of like this performing thing. I called my girlfriend in the car ambulance at the time. You know, ambulance, just an Uber to the hospital.
It's cheaper.
An Uber would be way cheaper. But I called her, and I was like, calling her from my mom's cell phone because I didn't have one yet. And I call her, and she's like, hey, what's up? And I'm like, hey, just calling. I'm in an ambulance. She went, what? Like, yeah, I broke my leg. She's like, okay, what do you want me to do? I'm like, I don't know, I just want to let you know. Okay, bye.
I love that because that's high school, man.
Yeah,
that's
dude.
Because, you know, like, you have a wife now, so it'd be like, she would be there with you.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Dropping everything, whatever.
Right. And that's just like, all right, well, like, be safe, I guess.
Okay, I'm going to go hang out with Stacy. Bye.
Bye. Oh, my gosh.
See, I was a 2-sport athlete, technically, but I just rode the pine a lot.
Did you end your football career after that, after breaking the ankle?
No, my mom wouldn't let me. I tried to quit. She's like, you need to finish. And I'm like, I don't play anyway. What's the point? She's like, we like going to Carrabba's with the families after the game. I was like, cool, I'll play for your social life. Hope I don't get CTE.
Right, it's all about status with that.
I know, dude. When you're in Anderson Township, you know, that's a big deal.
Oh, shit. So are you from Anderson Township?
I grew up in Newtown.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah.
Okay,
right
so
around the corner.
We lived in Batavia for like 4 years.
Oh, shit, for real?
Yeah, so we lived there. Because I'm like from further north, but
yeah.
I've been through Newtown. They have like cool park, like a little cool park.
Yeah.
On the side. What school did you go to?
Turpin.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the most Cincinnati conversation.
Yeah, that was very Cincinnati.
It took a while to get us there, though. I'm really proud of us. Which chili do you prefer, and what high school did you go to? But no, like, I grew up on DeBolt. So, like, if you're going down 32 and there's the Village Tavern, and you're coming from, like, downtown, where, like, you'd be coming from my house, you would take a left. There's the Village Tavern. There's a duplex. And then there's what used to be a Masonic Lodge. And then where I grew up. And it's a third-generation Devore house.
Oh, shit. That's dope.
Yeah.
That's super cool. Would you ever go back?
Ooh, the older I get, the more I'm like, man, a backyard would be pretty cool. And, like, having all that space, and it's kind of quiet. But then I get back to my apartment, I'm like, nah, this is pretty sweet.
Yeah, downtown's fucking rad.
Downtown rules.
It's super cool.
It's like I forget that I live in Cincinnati, Ohio when I'm downtown.
Yeah. It's
nice.
a whole different vibe once you're, like, down there. Mm-hmm. And you've been down there for a while.
Oh, my, 7 years?
Damn, that's a long time.
Yeah. I remember when there weren't parking meters on Main Street.
Oh, my God.
Because they got beaten off with hammers. People would try to steal the change. Yeah. I remember when they actually didn't snowplow down there. They just said, fuck you. Oh, yeah.
So you were down there before gentrification?
We were around there when it was starting, yeah.
Starting? Okay.
Because Vine had already happened, but it wasn't what it is now. Like, the Eagle hadn't been built, or, like, you know, all of it hadn't been built all the way up yet.
Damn.
It's cool to watch it change.
Yeah.
I mean, there's the good and bad. Like, the bad with the West End Stadium and all that shit that happened. That sucks.
Is that with FC? That's FC's stadium.
It's now TQL Stadium.
No fucking way. That
you didn't know
sucks.
That? Yeah. I heard this nickname for it the other day, and I thought it was hilarious. Cold Coliseum. I was like, God. That's tight. That's spot on.
They're in my Indeed Messenger every day.
Oh,
you want to be in sales? I'm like, fuck no. I don't want to do that.
No, I have heard they are just the worst to work for. Like like I said, like with Cold Coliseum, you have to do 100 cold calls a day.
No, thank you.
I'm good.
No.
Hard pass.
God, sales sucks. I could never do sales.
I'm in sales.
You're in sales though.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
but it's t-shirts. Like, it's cool.
That's easy, right?
Yeah, it's not. I mean, it should be.
Technically.
It should be, but there's, everybody's different. You have to cater everybody's needs. And, some people are awesome to work with.
Right.
Some people, not so much. But that's with anything. And, my general vibe as a person is just like, yeah, I can help out whatever you need. Sure, whatever. We can figure it out. I made cell phone cases for one of my clients.
That's cool.
Yeah. So I was like, yeah, whatever you need, I will figure it out.
How long have you been at Cincy Shirts?
Dude, last week I celebrated my 6th year there.
Damn, so you moved downtown, and you were serving, right? Weren't you
in
the beginning?
So when we moved down, I was working in the kitchen at Go Bananas.
Okay.
And I was cutting the grass during the day, and then working the door, working to the kitchen, sometimes would serve, sometimes would bartend. The only thing I have not done at Go Bananas Comedy Club is book a comic. I've done, like, everything else. I used to work the office on Saturdays. I'd be up there calling people. Oh, yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah, it was awesome. And then I went to an Interpol concert at Bogart's, and I went with my buddy Jack and my wife Alicia, and then there's this guy there, Chris Waggle, who'd been doing comedy forever. He hasn't really done it anymore. He's got like a really big boy job, and he's killing it. He's super happy. He's got 2 kids. He found what he wanted to do. Cool. And he was like, hey, this is Darren. He works at Cincy Shirts. He's one of the owners. I was like, oh, you're the dude who does all the paintings at Go Bananas. He's like, yeah, what's up, man? I was like, dude, I've been staring at those while working the door for years. They're great. And I was like, yeah, I live downtown. Don't really do anything during the day. He's like, do you want a job? I was like, yeah, sure. So I started that next, 2 days later at Cincy Shirts.
That's awesome.
And then went from the OTR store to the Hyde Park store when that opened after FCC blew up. And then we took over production, so I was helping run that in the back. And then we went to a warehouse space where I was the warehouse manager for a little bit. And then one night, Darren went out with me downtown. He was like, man, you know everybody. I'm like, yeah, man, I'm out about talking to everybody. He's like, would you want to do custom sales for us? I was like, sure. So I've been doing that for, it'll be 2 years in June.
Damn, that's what's up.
Yeah, just moving up with them. The bigger they've gotten, and I've stuck with them. They've stuck with me. I've not been the best employee ever at times, but that's with anything, and they're good people to work for, and they totally get it. And Darren used to do comedy, and Josh still does, and killing it. Oh, yeah. He put out I think he has the most watched Dry Bar special. He's awesome.
That's super cool.
So they get it, and they get hey, man, you tour, you do your stuff, but get your work done. I'm like, okay. And I always have and stick with it. And some days they're super long, and some days I'm like, oh, I have a minute to write.
That's all I got.
Yeah, which those are few and far in between. But because that means I'm doing my job well. So, but they're great. They're 2 of the best dudes I've ever worked for. They totally get it. And it's like working for a t-shirt family. It's cool.
Yeah. I think I drive by a Cincy Shirts.
Which,
So when I leave work, I go on Taft Road, and then I drive down Kenton Road.
Do you go through, you don't go through Hyde Park, right?
Essex Studios.
Yeah,
there's a sign there.
It's our warehouse
space.
We have a couple warehouse spaces there. That's where we do our shipping and stuff.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I drive by that. I'm always like, Billy.
That's where he's at.
Is that where Billy is?
Yeah. No, I'm at home on my couch, click-clacking on my computer.
Did you guys get affected by the pandemic at all?
Our numbers boomed. It was great. Well, think about it. People were at home.
Oh, yeah.
And so they're like, we're local. They want to support a local company. And so they just started, ordering stuff on the couch. They're like, I've been waiting to get this Hootie Delight shirt. Now I have the chance.
Yeah.
So it was great, and that's also shows you how great Cincinnati is. Like, everyone came out and supported and like helped out a local business. So that combined with when we had our windows broken in during the protests, like people were like, "How can we help? How can we help?" And they were awesome.
That's so cool.
Yeah, it was cool, man. And like, they got it. My life really, I couldn't meet clients in person.
Yeah.
But like, I was already working from home. I was already doing that stuff. So it was just like, oh, now my wife is just working from home. So she needs to get another job. Did not need to know her this much. Because we were be trapped, and she's like, "You realize how many days in a row we spent together?" I'm like, "Uh-huh.
Yep, I gotta go.
I gotta go." It's kind of crazy. We haven't seen like if you think about it, like all those people who were trapped at home together, we haven't seen like a spike in divorces or anything.
I know.
You thought you would.
You would. Has there been any data released on that?
It's a great question, and I think we'll find out soon.
Yeah.
Think about it. Like we'll be returning back to fully normal in what, 8 months, 9 months, maybe longer. Fully 100% normal, like next summer.
Yeah.
That's when you might see it.
You see it, yeah. Well, like, I did hear something on the radio the other day that said, like, you know, this couple has been together for 30 years and they realize that they fucking hate each other.
Yeah.
That's my parents' relationship right now. Like, my mom is just, like, texting me. She's like, oh, my God, your dad sucks. It took you 30 years to figure that out, that my father sucks. Are you serious right now?
What was their schedule before? Like, were they active and doing other shit?
Yeah, well, so, like, my dad was more health issues, so he couldn't work because he had, like, he had, like, COPD and shit.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, so he was home all the time. But my mom's a teacher, so she gets summers off. Oh. So she used to have the summers to herself, but now since my dad can't work, he's there too. And she's like, I'm going to fucking kill him all the time, just angry.
So my parents have been married for 33 years in October, correct? Hold on, my sister is 32. Yeah, they've been married 33 years. But my dad is a paramedic.
Okay.
So he works 24 and then he's off 48. Mm-hmm. The other 2 days he is in his garage fixing up motorcycles or doing something where he's tinkering. Like he took a old water heater and turned it into like a thing that took old grease from like grease traps and like deep fryers to make ethanol.
What the fuck?
Yeah, when I mean my dad tinkers and makes shit, that's what he does. He's just like, I'm bored. I got 2 days.
Oh my God. Yeah. And his, what is it? Great grandfather is the one that made the roller coaster. It all comes full circle.
The whirlpool, yeah. Engineer.
Holy shit.
And I am the first William John Devore to not work at Coney Island. I dodged that bullet. I worked at GameStop and said, when I was 17, I'm like, man, I'm living my dream.
Speaking of the GameStop, okay, so I have been on a mission for like 4 days to find the fucking Joaquin Phoenix. Can you explain that? I'm still here.
I'll show you the clip afterwards. I know exactly how to find it.
Yeah.
Okay. This is fucking wild. So this is how I started in comedy. Was I was working at GameStop. My buddy was making shorts and stuff, and I was going to high school one of my things was my senior year. I was an AP 2D, so I was the first ever photography student at Turpin to take an AP 2D class and graduate from it doing a photography focus. So I was like looking at art schools and stuff. It didn't work out because art school's expensive and truly a waste. Unless you like find a way to work for like a big boy. Yeah. You know, you're doing design work at P&G or you're working for, BLDG or something like that. Mm-hmm. Where you're making labels for Tide or something. But overall, like a photography degree is pretty, it's like you can make it, but it's tough and it's a big investment. So it was like I went to go to Pratt in New York and I visited the campus and then they slid me the bill and it would be with room and board a quarter, $80,000.
Holy shit.
And I was like, I'm dumb.
No. You actually went and visited it? Mm-hmm. Like you got to see it and everything?
Yeah. It was cool.
And that was what like made or break it was the bill.
No, it was the bill for sure.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay. So, but I was like, my dad dropped off prints for me for my final. And I showed my boss at GameStop. He's like, oh, these are great. How would you feel about learning how to shoot video? I was like, sure. And we were working on a movie That fell apart because we all worked at GameStop, so it had to fall apart. And excuse me, sorry. And then he was like, well, let's do some sketch stuff. I'm like, okay. And the first thing we did was this sketch called Jayco, and I cannot find that anywhere because it's held up pretty well. Where I play Jayco, it's a parody of Juno, where I'm a boy who gets pregnant.
Oh my God. I need that in my life.
I couldn't find it anywhere. And I messaged when Elliot came out, and I was like, I just messaged my boss, and I was just like, my boss at the time and friend now, Donnie, I was like, hey man, our sketch holds up real well now. And he just messaged me back like, oh my God, I have to find it. And then after that, we filmed a sketch called, because that's when Joaquin Phoenix came out, and he was just like, I'm going to be a rapper now. And we're like, okay. My buddy grew out his beard. He looked just like him. And then I was B-Pain, T-Pain's white alter ego. I had a giant top hat, money tie, and a button-up shirt and a blazer. And I wrote a rap. I've only rapped one time into a microphone, and it'll be my last time. Because Ain't It Cool News, Yahoo Movie News, and somebody else, IMDb, picked it up and said Joaquin Phoenix releases first music video.
Wait, they thought
it was us. And it got it has over 250,000 views on YouTube. Crazy.
That's psycho.
It's insane. Then Joaquin's people get a hold of us.
Oh, shit.
And they're like, hey, this is great. Can we put this in the movie? We're like, uh-huh. But the dumb thing he didn't ask for any money. I'm like, what do yeah, come on. Like a little bit of something. But, no, and then we were in there for, you see me in my dumb face for, 10 seconds.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was so that was my first, foray into comedy. And then we hit that. We're like, all right, well, let's keep it rolling. So I have a whole season of a show written called The Chronic State. My buddies and I wrote it. Jake, who was in town, who moved to Seattle, and my buddy Matt, and I and Donnie and his wife Angela, we sat and we brainstormed for 8 months and wrote 8 episodes of a full-length sitcom.
Holy shit.
Yeah, and then we went to shoot it and we're like, oh boy, we need more people and money.
You should go back. You should try. Would you ever try to do it again?
Maybe.
Go back?
For sure. If I had a full crew and everything and devoted time, for sure. And if I could lure my friend Jake back from Seattle, 100% I would try and do it again.
Yeah.
For sure, would have to change some things because things 13, 14 years ago might not be as great now.
Right.
But they would just need a few tweaks.
Do you think, I don't know, I think sketch comedy is missing in Cincinnati.
Well, there was...
Maybe I don't know anything.
Well, there was Future Science, which was at Motor Pub. It was Chris Weir, Carl Spaeth, Andy Gasper, Logan Lotzenheiser. I should say that correctly because we're better friends than that for me to fuck it up. Who else? What does he go by now? It was Vincent Holiday popped in, Wayne Memmott at the same time, and they were shut down for a year before the pandemic, and they were getting ready to do some more stuff again. We filmed a sketch. I was in one with them, and then it just world stopped. So eventually, yes, I hope that they do come back and that there might be some stuff in the works. But they were awesome.
Is Motor Pub coming back?
Maybe.
What about Go Bananas?
Eventually.
Yeah, okay.
There's no hard dates or anything. But it you can hope that it's coming back soon. Yeah.
Did you do any of the parking lot shows? I didn't
Yeah, Lee and I set that up.
Oh, you guys set that up?
Yeah, he did the groundwork on he built, him and Rand built the stage, but he was I was like, dude, we should do this.
Yeah.
And he was like, we totally should. And we went up to Mikey and we're like, hey man, let's do it. And if Chappelle's doing it in a field, we can do it in a parking lot.
Did you get to go see Chappelle?
No.
Those tickets are expensive.
That's a part of it. I'm like, $500.
Oh my God.
I'm like, I can't do it to watch people do the thing that I do that have been doing it longer and are more successful. Right? If you're a plumber, you don't pay a plumber to watch him fix your sink for better. You don't do that. Which I get it. Look, I get it. It's like a master class. You get to go watch him. I totally get it. He's the next Mark Twain. Dave Chappelle's a legend. He's a hero. But it is very hard for me to just do that.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
Well, I don't.
But I sound I don't want to come off as a dick.
No, I don't think that makes you come off as a dick.
Okay.
It makes you I don't know. I would get it in the sense that, like, if I watch somebody do my job better than me, they've only, like, you know, and I'm, like, trying to, like, make it work. I'm like, fuck, I don't want to watch you do my job better than me.
I'll listen to some pods, but I'm like, you know, if someone's like, man, this special's really good, I'll go watch it.
Right.
But I don't sit and do that every day. Should a new comic do that? 100%.
Right.
Mike Cody gave me some advice when I started. He's like, watch every comedy special you can, and watch and not laugh, but pay attention. Be like, why do you like this? What makes this funny to you? Is this something that relates to you that you could find yourself in the same topic?
Yeah.
What don't you like about it? Why do you not think this is funny? And then, like, really break it down, and that makes you think about jokes more. Damn. And the process of doing it.
That's crazy that there's a whole process to it.
Yeah, and everyone's is different, which is crazy. Yeah. Like, you know, I'm not the guy who sits and, like, hammers out every word or does that. Like, I can't do that because what will happen is it comes off rehearsed and fake.
Yeah.
And I start with a premise and I end on a punchline, and then I work it out in the middle and try and find it on there. Yeah. That's when people say, like, oh, writing on stage, that's writing on stage.
Yeah.
But it's like I have the bones.
Right.
And then figuring out, and then connecting with other jokes. And I know that it takes me longer, but if I sit down and really write and hammer stuff, it's just not. It just doesn't feel genuine, and I always eat it.
Yeah. Because people have, like, certain techniques when doing certain things, for sure. Were you funny in high school? Were you, like, the funny guy in high school?
I was the weird guy in high school.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was me. I was just a dweeb. But I was like, people were like, man, he's funny. It's like, when he talks, I'm like, yeah. I just like hanging out back over here with my buddies and friends.
Yeah.
I was funny with my friends and stuff, but I wasn't like a class clown in the corner, like, get it? Not funny, teach? No. I did pull a prank on a teacher, though. It was pretty fun. That was great.
Tell me about it.
Yeah,
I want to hear about it.
So there was this lady, her name was Mrs. Trujillo, and was it mean for me to do this? 100%, but she deserved it. She was, to put it politely, huge. Like, she couldn't, when she would walk into our classroom, there was a hallway. Like, it's like, there'd be a little hallway, then it would jettison back out. She had to walk in sideways, like scoot in sideways. Yes. And it was April 1st of high school, my senior year. So I bought a fart machine at Spencer's, and she had a cart she would move around with, like, a projector on it. So I put the fart machine in the bag, and I sat in the second row with the remote in my pocket. And when she started her presentation that day, I just started hitting it. Just every step she took, she ripped out a beefy fart. And just hit it, and it was awesome. And then at one point, I rip it again, and she goes, okay, it was funny the first 3 times, now it's not. And as soon as you said not, I just hit it again. And she went, okay, whoever's doing it needs to stop. They need to stop, or else I will be holding you for lunch, and you will not be making lunch on time. Someone across the hall, not me, across the classroom in the corner just went, bullshit! And as soon as he said bullshit, I was like,
let it rip.
And then she just stopped, and she just went, okay, you can just read through the rest of the, you all really hurt my feelings. And I'm like, okay, this is coming from the lady who took the bottom part of her drawer, like the big file drawer, and it was full of candy.
Oh my God.
Aggressive, full of, like, a fun size, every candy you wanted. Like, if I stuck my arm in there now as a full-grown 31-year-old man, it would come up to my elbows. In Skittles, Three Musketeers, Butterfingers, all of it. So, lady, back it down.
Yeah, it was a little well reserved.
I went back, went to go grab my fart machine before I went to baseball practice, and I opened and I saw there was a handwritten note. She said, I know it was you. I know what you were doing. You really hurt my feelings. Thank you for ruining my day.
Oh my God.
And it just said you. I'm like, you just said you. You didn't put a name. You liar. God, you liar.
What a snake.
Yeah, okay. So what did I do? I left the remote in there and I said, you can have it.
That's yours now.
You get to have a fart machine. Enjoy, Mrs. Trujillo.
Oh my gosh. So you went from GameStop, you did the sketch comedy, and then you started doing actual stand-up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I turned 21, I waited. I hung around for a couple months. I went to a writing session because, okay, here's the connector. So the the sketch show, Chronic State, my buddy got this lady to come in and be the waitress. We would go see her at the restaurant. She would hook us up with weed and food, all that stuff. Oh, yeah. That was Tina Orzali, who used to serve at Go Bananas. She was there for like 10 years. She was awesome. And she pulled me aside, noticing it was like falling apart. She was like, hey, you should come up to Go Bananas and learn how to do stand-up. I was like, wait, you can just do stand-up? She's like, yeah, just show up. We got a writing session and all this stuff. I was like, okay. So I went and like hashed some stuff out, kind of figured some things out, and then like took a little break and then went back after the show was like completely done. So then I was like, okay. And really just started hanging around open mics and waiting until Go Bananas, like until I had my date at Go Bananas. I think it was like August 7th, 2011. And I waited, and then I did it for the first time.
Damn.
Yeah.
Do you have any show where you drank too much and went up?
Oh,
you
for
just
sure.
turned 21.
Oh yeah, that happened fairly often.
Yeah.
Oh, it was a lot. Like a lot of my young adult formative years were spent at Go Bananas Comedy Club.
Yeah.
There and other bars doing stand-up. Like, I didn't know how to fucking act. I was new at being what my parents dubbed a person. My mom would always say to me, you're not a person until you're 21. I'm like, fair enough.
Okay. Now you're a person, and you can drink, and you're on a fucking stage.
And now they have to hear what I have to say. And it's not going to be good for a while.
So it took you like what? You said like 5?
It took, that long.
5 years to perfect it?
Well, to figure out, like, like, I'm like, oh, I can host. I feel like I can host at a comedy club. Yeah. I have 10 minutes that isn't dog shit. And then, like, then I got booked to do it, and then just got hosted a bunch there, and then, like, just slowly worked my way up and figuring out more and more stuff.
Yeah.
Figuring out stuff every day.
That's crazy. Did you go to a lot of open mics?
Oh, yeah. There was a point where I realized, I looked down, I was like, oh my God, aside from, like, like, I was hitting mics Monday through Friday, sometimes 6 mics, 7 mics during the week. And I realized there was one point where it was like a year and a half strong, where I hadn't missed during the week. I remember there were times I was driving back from Baba Boudin's crying because I bombed so hard. I'm like, why do I keep doing that? And I was like, get it together, idiots, because you like this. You'll figure it out. Believe in yourself.
Right. Oh my God.
Yeah.
So aside from comedy, like what's a second love?
Man, I mean, we covered baseball.
Yeah.
I think it might just be baseball.
Baseball?
Yeah. I mean, there's my wife, number one, and then there's 1A, comedy. And baseball, honestly, like, with doing this and covering it for 3 years, like, and it's not like just we're fans doing it. We're a part of a sports network called Sports Drink that has 40 other sports podcasts. We just happen to be the ones that are comics on it.
Yeah.
And they're really, there's other great baseball podcasts out there. Like Effectively Wild is fantastic, but we realize that there isn't a market where it's like, there's probably a few. I think John Huck has one, I think, too, but like straight up comedy baseball podcasts. Because a lot of it's so dry, it's straight up analytics, and it's like listening to a spreadsheet sometimes. So Lee and I are just like, figuring it out that way and finding out a way to make baseball engaging and funny for like people who don't follow it, like you and Sadie, where she's like, I listen to it every week. I just love, and it makes me want to like baseball. Yeah. And it's like that kind of stuff. So it's like trying to find that middle ground and doing it, and I genuinely love doing it.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. So just finding out a way to do it more and on another level too. And like getting to the point where, so we've been filming those promo clips for the past couple weeks, and that's really helped get people on board and listen. But the next level is like, how do I figure out how to do like streaming and stuff, like video, because that's where it's at too. So that's the next move, is figuring that out and really working it into the schedule.
Yeah. Have you met anybody on the Reds?
We had Sam LeCure on the pod. He is he's the desk analyst pregame and postgame for the Reds. Okay. He's going to come on another one. I met John Sadak. He is the play-by-play guy for Bally Sports Ohio. Who else have I met? I haven't met like anybody current recently. I met Derek Dietrich. That was pretty cool. We'd had a signing with him at Cincy Shirts. Oh. And that was after, I don't know if you remember this from 2019, but there was an incident where there was over 500 bees on the field. Yes. Bees! Bees! Not the bees! No! Not the bees!
How does it even happen?
I have no clue. Just a beehive behind home plate. Dude, and so Derek Dietrich went out in Nick Senzel's white linen shirt and grabbed the field sprayer from one of the field guys and was just spraying it. And so I dressed up as him for that signing where I put eye black and made a big mustache on my face. He has a huge gold chain. I threw that on, and then the hat, and like bought a bug sprayer on Amazon.
That's awesome.
And it was so fun. We were promoting it like, Derek Dietrich's finally here. And it was just me walking in like, hey, everybody. They're like, he is not that bronze god. That is a fat man. That is a fat man coming in here. Not a guy with a six-pack. So the people were like, what the hell, is he actually coming? And so he finally did. And then Josh was like, dude, you got to see this guy. And Derek's like, yeah. And he goes, Billy. And I come in and turn the corner, and Derek just looks at me and goes, shut the fuck up. This is the funniest thing I've ever seen. I was like, thanks, dude.
Oh, that's awesome.
Then I got him to sign my bug sprayer.
Oh, do you still have it?
Yeah.
That's great.
Because I was like, dude, how many of these have you signed? He goes, dude, I've only signed 2. I'm like, what? He goes, yeah, the one that he used on the field, which went at the Reds Authentic shop. I think it sold for $550.
Damn.
Mine cost $9 on Amazon. And I got him to sign it. And that was really cool. He was awesome, man. He was cool. I'll have to dig and find that photo, but
that's so dope.
He was the man.
Baseball's crazy though, like with women. So we have like the Paints team up in Chillicothe, and so
the National Women's League that was from like the early 1900s.
No, it's men.
Wait, hold on. Oh, I thought you said women's league.
Oh no, they're Paints. It's like it's not pro. What is like before pro?
Oh, like the independent league.
Yeah.
So like the Lexington Legends and the Florence Yalls. Okay.
Exactly, the Florence Yalls.
There is an awesome new team in Danville, Kentucky that plays in the independent league. And they are they are called the Danville Otterbots. It's an otter. It's a robot. I'm like, this is the best merch I've ever seen.
That's insane.
Otterbots.
Oh my god. Yeah, I think the Paints I think it's a horse. They play in the VA or something. But like, there would be women who would supply housing. So it would be like baseball players from all over.
Yeah.
They would supply housing for them. But there was one woman specifically who would like sleep with all of them. So like, she slept with like every fucking Paints player, and they were like the Reds of Chillicothe.
Oh.
It was like such a big
Could you
deal.
say that she was painting the town? Hey!
Yo! Oh my god, but I know so many friends that just go to the Paints for the men.
Wow.
Yeah, they're like, oh my god.
For the ball pants.
Yeah, for the pants.
Yeah.
And then they come up, and like, I have one friend, and when we go to a Reds game, she's like, that's my man. She like knows everything about him.
Wow.
Like, that's fucking psycho. She knows nothing about anybody else, but she's like, that's my man.
That's your man's?
Like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
God. And then like, where do the Reds players live? Do you know? Like, do they live in Cincinnati?
Yeah, a lot of them live in like northern Kentucky because they can get like a mini mansion for super cheap.
Oh yeah.
Well, what's super cheap for like them is like, oh, that'd be really nice for us.
Right.
You know, they can buy like a 4,000 square foot mansion for like $700,000.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's insane. I'm gonna sneeze. Oh, excuse me. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh, I forgot to take my Zyrtec today.
Oh, fuck. Oh, and it's pollen-y today.
Yeah, it is.
The pollen's out.
Oh, and I'm a dirty, stinky Jew who lives in a river valley. I have to snort my Zyrtec to make it work.
I know, like, Bengals players, they live in, like, Indian Hills. They live in, like, the bougie parts.
Indian Hill, I know that there's a few Reds that live in, like, Mount Adams.
Oh, yeah.
Which is nice. There was one who used to live, like, 15 minutes from here.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
I'll creep around. I'll find your
You can
house.
find it. You can find it.
Find your house.
Just look up big suburbs in northern Kentucky, and you'll just, like,
live there.
You'll find, like, somebody.
Oh, my God, they pay HOA fees. That sucks. No, thank you.
So, like, Alicia loves going to the games to see the butts, and she loves baseball, but she loves the butts.
The butts.
Big butts person.
Yeah.
We were sitting really close one time. We were like 2 rows behind home plate, and we finally got to see Nick Castellanos up close and personal. Like from me to you.
Damn.
And she just looks at me and she just goes, I bet it's so big it stinks.
Oh my
And I'm like, this is why I love you. This is why we're married. And we have a beautiful fur family.
Oh my fucking God.
I bet it's so big it stinks.
Oh, smelly butts, man.
And I nicknamed him the Big Nick Energy because it's Nick Castellanos. Hey, I'm fun.
Dude, that's just swamp ass. They're just out there getting swamp ass the whole time.
Yeah, those pants. You know what? I never got swamp ass in my pants.
No?
Nice and tight.
Yeah,
that prevents it.
Get
it tight, like Blandino's pants. That guy's got it down. If you got them nice and tight, you got some good, breathable polyester undies. You're in it to win it, dude.
Dude, my softball pants, they were either way too small or way too big. So I just be in there all baggy, looking like I'm wearing Jayco jeans. I'm like, what is this?
You didn't have a chain wallet for your pants?
I wish. I'd be the coolest person out there.
It's like, oh my God, does she have a skull patch on her butt cheek? Kylie, aggressive, and I like it.
Oh my God, did you play baseball when you were like younger?
Yeah,
like super
like
young?
3, yeah, t-ball.
Where like everybody's eating dirt.
Oh, dude, I was the king of dandelions.
Yeah, I'm just.
Yeah, no, that's where I met Jake when I was like 3 years old. We played baseball together.
So you guys have known each other that long?
Yeah.
And then you got real drunk and
just had a merry old time.
That's the best like friendship, I feel like.
Oh yes, I get. We talk at least. We'll talk like 3 times a month. Where it's just like you have your phone on your chest, you're watching baseball, and it's like, oh, we just talked for 2 hours. And you caught up and you're good for like a week or 2.
You're Gucci.
You're fine.
Okay, I'm going to take a break because I have to poo. He literally played himself.
Yeah, and in Workaholics.
Oh my God, yes! I forgot about that episode of Workaholics.
I'm rewatching that right now. What is it? There's the one of the quotes is bros before hoes, but little hoes before big little bros before big bros. I'm like, that is so goddamn funny.
Oh, man. I can't believe that. I don't know. Like, I did get weird with, like, the whole cancel culture stuff. I got weird about it. Because, like, I know people in my life that have, like, undeservingly been canceled.
Same.
And that's hard because you can't really talk about that part of it.
No, and that's really tough. And I think that there's some people where we're, like, turning a corner where it's like, okay, maybe that was a little too soon or whatever. But, it's still definitely horrifying.
Yeah.
You kind of have to be like, and it's still a little scary, but, or don't be an asshole. That's another thought.
Yeah, that's the other thing.
Don't be a complete dick.
And I grew up in like the pop punk scene. So
sure.
They were all fucking 16-year-olds. Like that was the thing. That was the thing to do.
Yeah.
I have lyrics on my back from like a confessed pedophile at this point.
Oh, which one? Which guy?
Brand new from it's Jesse Lacey.
Yeah.
And he like cheated on his wife with a bunch of people, so that's cool.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. I love to see it.
You love to see it.
Oh man.
There's so many that are like that.
Yeah.
It's a shame.
It sucks.
So you pop punk, right? This is kind of crazy. I'm in a fantasy baseball league with the band members of the Academy is.
No way!
Yeah.
Oh my God! What?
Mm-hmm.
What? How did that happen?
My buddy Danny was like, "We need one more for this league. Are you cool with these guys?" I'm like, "Yeah, man, whatever. Just them and their dads, and me and my buddy Danny."
That's a cute. Like that's cute.
Right?
Oh my God!
How fun!
Jesus! But you mentioned like you're a really big Deadmau5 fan, right?
I do like Deadmau5.
Yeah.
I've seen Broken Bells live.
Damn.
Yeah, that was pretty
sick. My thing about Deadmau5 is like, who are you?
Wait, Deadmau5? Oh, I got it confused. Who? Deadmau5? You're talking EDM. I'm thinking, who am I thinking of? Mouse. Danger Mouse. I'm thinking of Danger Mouse.
Danger Mouse.
Danger Mouse produced Tack and Release for the Black Keys. Danger Mouse also did the Grey album where he mixed up rap lyrics with the White album. It's called the Grey album. It's really good.
Oh, yeah. I've heard of that.
And then Broken Bells, which is the lead singer of the Shins.
Wait, what band am I talking about?
You said Deadmau5, which the DJ. I'm talking about Danger Mouse.
Danger Mouse.
That's who I got it confused when I said Broken Bells.
Wait, who are the guys?
Daft Punk.
Daft Punk!
Yeah!
What the fuck? I got that mixed up with Deadmau5. Then we got Deadmau5 mixed up with Danger Mouse. We're all over the place. Daft Punk, I think, is playing at Bonnaroo. But aren't they broken up? No.
Yeah, they're not playing at Bonnaroo.
Are you sure?
Yeah, they broke up, and it was really sad. It was a very dark, dark day at the Devore house. Because, no, I fucking love Daft Punk. Daft Punk was one of those bands as a kid. It was like whenever I got in my dad's car, we would listen to ELO, Daft Punk or Rammstein for some reason. He loved Rammstein.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Du
hast nicht zu fragen. And I was like, this is weird coming out of a purple Mini Cooper, but pretty cool. But yeah, no, Daft Punk broke up in like February. They put out that video where one of them exploded.
Oh my God, yeah. Okay.
And it was really sad.
Then where the fuck am I?
Yeah, I'm confused on where you're coming.
I don't know. I'll figure it out and I'll tell you later if I figure it out.
I've seen Dead Mouse before.
Have you seen Dead Mouse?
He was at Bunbury. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That was cool.
Yeah. Well, who's the other one that wears a hat? Marshmello.
I don't know Marshmello.
I don't listen to Marshmello, but he wears the Marshmello hat.
Got it. No, I'm not a big EDM, like EDM that style. Like I've seen Skrillex. I've seen Skrillex twice just because he was always a Bonnaroo. I went 11, 12, and 14.
Would you go again?
Yeah, we had tickets for 2020.
What?
Yeah, then we were like, my friends. So they rebooked us. Now it's like in the fall of this year. My buddy's getting married. I'm going to be in Salt Lake City.
Damn.
For it. Which, cool, good on him.
Yeah, that's dope.
Hey, man, I really kind of wanted to see, Phoebe Bridgers at Bonnaroo.
Oh, yeah, she is.
That lineup's dope. Vampire Weekend on Sunday.
Yeah.
My wife and I's first dance was to Step by Vampire Weekend.
Aw.
Yeah.
Aw. Yeah. You know what's cool about Vampire Weekend? And they became like that meme song where it's like people like getting up real fast and they're like moving around and shit. It's like one of their most known songs. I'll send you a video of it because it's so good.
I've not seen that.
It's so good. I'll send that to you.
Because whenever I think of like meme videos, I think of OK Go.
With the fucking...
The treadmills.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, this is like other people using Vampire Weekend song. And it's absolutely fantastic.
I have all of their stuff on vinyl.
Yeah. I haven't really like gotten into them that much. So
they're so good.
Yeah.
I've seen them twice.
Do you like festivals?
I do. Dude, the biggest thing that I've missed throughout all of this and that it's coming back is going to shows with my wife.
Yeah.
You know, like we would look at the Woodward schedule and be like, oh, we're going to go see whatever's coming there because we trust whatever they book. So, yeah, I mean, one of the best shows I've ever seen was the Black Angels at the Woodward.
Yeah.
And then my wife and I got married at the Woodward.
Oh, that's cool.
That was really cool. She loves Of Montreal, so we've seen them 4 times. And we popped in to, they had like a poster sale in November. So I bought a Black Angel. They had the last Black Angels poster from the date when I went. And it glows in the dark. It's really cool. But one of the things they had is like we were talking about how much we love Of Montreal. And one of the owners went, oh, check this out. They left this, and it was like a 4-banger plug that plugs into a plug to make extensions, and it said on top of it, Of Montreal. They labeled it for some reason, and they're like, do you want this?
Oh, my God. So
it's like,
you have their plug?
Yeah. Just this weird, random fucking leave behind.
That's interesting.
That we use, and it's just like, look at the top. And they're like, that's pretty cool.
Man, I want the Woodward to come back. We saw Joyce Manor there.
September 21st, Mannequin Pussy is playing there. It's either September or October 21st.
I saw Mannequin Pussy there last year, maybe the year before.
That'd be 19.
Yeah.
2020 didn't happen, remember?
Oh, that's right. Yeah, so 2019, I saw them with Kississippi. That was my favorite show I've ever been to.
Oh.
And I have a really cool Mannequin Pussy shirt now.
That's tight.
Yeah, she did this like really long like interlude for like 20 minutes that was just her yelling about society, and I was like, all right, yes, I'm on board. Sick. Oh man, but I'm gonna look up Montreal because I've never heard of them before.
They're very, very good.
Yeah.
Very weird. They started psych pop, and then they went to like pop, and then they kind of went back into psych pop. It's really good. They're from Athens, Georgia. They've been around forever, since like the mid-90s.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I like some old bands.
Oldies.
Speaking of comedy, and we're not speaking of comedy right now, but
we're going to launch back in.
And we're going to go back in. I did have like one question. What is your favorite place on the road to go to?
Ooh, man. On the road? Okay. Club-wise, I think I would have to say going out the Comedy Attic in Bloomington. That's not Cincinnati, of course. If I'm going out and I did a couple of their mics or whatever. It's awesome. You walk up 3 flights of steps and the room is an L shape, which like shouldn't work, but it's really tight and intimate and the crowds are great. The ownership's great and everything. And like, it's just a great club.
Is that Indiana? Bloomington, Indiana?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was great. Yeah, that's probably my favorite club, because a lot of the stuff I would do on the road is like wineries and breweries.
Yeah.
So my buddy would book me and bring me Ricky Glore, who's a sweetheart and super funny. He would book these. He's like, hey, I'm in the headline. You want to feature? I'm like, sure. So it'd be like a winery in like Bufuck, Ohio. Or last year I was doing drive-in movie theaters in the middle of the afternoon.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
That was brutal.
Was that drive-in? Like people would drive their cars in, or would they be sitting out?
Yeah, some would sit in their car, some would pull out a lawn seat and sit there. But it's still like me to 25 feet away from the first person. Yeah. And like at 3 p.m, when you go to the drive-in in the middle of the fucking afternoon. Yeah, that sucks. Like I had to bring sunscreen for a gig.
Can you hear people laugh?
No. You just have to power through and hope it went well.
Oh my God.
So it's like yelling into the void for 25 minutes. You could kind of hear like, ah! And that was it. It was rough. Last year was definitely a test to like, do you really want to do this? Yeah. It's like we're doing outside shows. I did a really cool show. Like it's like southeast Kentucky. It was like a really tiny winery, but they had a huge outdoor area, and it was awesome. They were on board with everything. Like they were great. They were spaced out well enough, but you could really, it was like, oh, I'm back at a club. Like I could get them rolling and stuff. So that was super nice. And then the shows we've been doing at 5 Points Park have been awesome too.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to bring up, because you're doing that with John Holmes.
Yeah, which is next. It's in a week.
Yeah, it's the 1st and
June 1st.
3rd.
That is correct.
What is it? Wednesday? Monday? Tuesday.
There it is. You found it. So today's Tuesday. So if it's a week from today,
it's Tuesday. Yep,
it's Tuesday. It's been great. It's so much fun, and we have a regular group that comes out. We'll have like 40 people that keep coming, and that's been awesome.
It looks like fun. I've seen like pictures of it and stuff. It looks super cool.
I've got a busy week coming up, so I'm like, tomorrow I'm at Cobblestone in OTR, so that's a nice quick walk. And then Friday, I'm at the White Cabaret in Indianapolis. And then Monday, I got booked to do a private gig. I'm headlining. It's a show for the employees of La Poste and 20s.
What? So people do private gigs?
Oh, yeah.
What the fuck?
Oh, yeah. Private gigs are like, that's where you can make some real money, like corporate gigs.
Yeah.
If you can do like a clean 45 that kills, you can like, I've known people to get booked for doing P&G, and they're like, thanks for coming in. Here's $30,000.
Oh my God.
Thanks for entertaining our entire company.
That's crazy.
Wild.
Yeah, because so I do trivia on Thursdays, but they have private gigs like that. But I didn't know you could do it what the fuck?
Oh yeah, big money in that department. Corporate
that's super dope.
Gigs.
Yeah, that's dope. But it's gotta be clean, right?
Some people require you to. A lot of them, because it's it's a work outing. Right. But there's some where it's cool. Like I know this guy's I was like, do I have any restrictions? He's like, nah, you're good. I was like, cool, perfect, got
let's go.
LFG.
Now, with your favorite place on the road, what about your favorite place to eat?
On the road?
On the road.
Ooh, are we talking trash? Or are we talking good food?
Dude, give me trash and then give me good food.
Okay, trash. Oh boy. Steak and Shake.
Yes.
Waffle House. Jack in the Box. I fucking love Jack in the Box. I feel like it is severely underrated, and people need to just appreciate what Jack in the Box does. It's the only place where you can go and get 2 tacos and breakfast at the same time at 3 a.m.
They have tacos?
They have 2 tacos for 99 cents.
Holy shit.
And they're so good.
I don't think I've been to Jack in the Box.
And it comes in them little wax bag.
Oh, that's cute.
You pour some hot sauce on there. Oh, I love it.
And breakfast?
Yeah, breakfast all day.
Oh, man.
French toast sticks. Same with Sonic. That's 2 of those where I'm like, people need Sonic to get on board with these.
Yeah.
The best I've ever ate on the road, there was this place in Atlanta. It was called Fox Brothers Barbecue. And it's been on Guy Fieri's show a bunch, and that was some of the best barbecue I've ever had, period. I did a run where I did we did here, Columbus, Cleveland, Chicago, Memphis, Atlanta, Asheville, North Carolina, and we came back here, and man, that barbecue run was insane. Memphis barbecue. There was like this place, I forget whatever it was called, but I'm gonna besmirch it. There was like the best barbecue in Memphis. I'm like, it's okay. It's good. I don't need to see the pit where you slaughter the pigs, but I don't need this much of a tour. This is weird. Big, good, thick ribs, but like the best I had was this place called A&R Barbecue on Elvis Presley Way. Came in a styrofoam box, and it was just like dripping in the sauce they made in house, and it was like perfectly thin, like just good pulls. Homemade grits, like you could taste like this is good barbecue.
Yeah. Are you a sauce fan? Do you like sauce?
Depends on the situation. Like, okay, if I've got a big slab of ribs I have on my smoker, sometimes I like to make my own sauce, but sometimes I just want it to be a dry rub. It just depends on the mood and how horny I am for those ribs.
For damn ribs.
Damn ribs. Or how much I fuck them up. If I really fuck them up, I'm like, I gotta cover these in sauce. I gotta chew through this cardboard.
Oh man, so we've done the best. So give me. Wait, actually, are Steak and Shake still open? Have you been?
Not around here, but there are some in like Indiana and stuff. They're hard to find.
God, I'm so upset.
I know. I used to hang out there all the time.
All the time. It'd be like 2 a.m.
Yep, 18, 19 years old. Get a milkshake.
Exactly, and you can't drink then. So what are you gonna do? You're gonna fucking eat.
Yep, you're gonna eat, drink some Red Bull, and stay up till 7 a.m. for no reason.
For no reason.
None.
So what are some of the worst? What's the worst place that you've performed at?
Oh.
You don't have to mention names if you don't want to, but
there is a place a little outside of Columbus I got booked to do. And this guy, and the weird thing was the wine there is whatever. Like a lot of these places, it's like blackberry wine we make. I'm like, this is just sugary trash. I don't like wine to start with. I bring my own bourbon in a flask and say fuck off, and I go chug it in the bathroom. But there was one. I don't do that. I drink it in the car and make sure it's outside of the establishment. But there was one place I did where they had a pizza buffet, and sometimes they ask us to be clean, and I was like, the clean. When people say clean, it means like don't cuss. And I'm like, okay, I can do that, and there's ways I work around it to say like a certain joke. There was this guy who brought his family. And this is, like I said, it's a pizza buffet, and it looks like it's just, like, cafeteria pizza there. Mm. And it was, and that they were just like, it's free. This is a part of it. It's like, okay. But this guy came up, he was like, man, I am so excited for comedy tonight. Thank you guys so much. We really appreciate it. We can't thank you enough for coming and entertaining us, and I really need this. I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, I've had a rough life, and I just need some comedy. Oh, my God. And I'm like, oh, okay. Coming up before the show even starts saying I've had a rough life. That's fucking weird. What a goddamn weirdo. And who wears a full suit to a pizza buffet a little outside of Columbus in the woods? Who does that? This guy, dude. And oh God. So I go up last, and it is a dogfight. People are yelling out at me. People are hammered. And I started by taking a wine flight on stage and just doing them as shots just to mess with everybody, and they were having a good time. And there was a table next to me that were these super hammered pharmacists. They were like just unbelievably drunk. Like one girl just had her eyes rolled all the way back and was just leaning back and forward. And I was like, so your ladies are pharmacists? And I'm like, nah. I was like, cool. Can you give me a script for Adderall? I'm going to need it after listening to you. I'm going to need anything. They were just like, you're funny. And they stopped, and it was great. Well, the guy in the suit with his family is just sitting right there in the other table, just arms folded, staring at me. And I was just doing a joke about my wife and how, like, I crush her during sex. That's it. Just very basic. I'm married. I can talk about this. In the eyes of the Lord, I am committing 0 sins. Okay? So if you want to, you can back her down there, partner. And I go out to the hallway, and we're done, and people are coming up, whatever. And the guy comes up to me. He's like, man, points at one of the dudes. He was like, you were really good. Points at another dude. You were really good. And then points at me, and he goes, you weren't clean.
Oh, God.
I was like, what? And I put my arms back behind me, and I just leaned in. I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, well, you were talking about sex. I'm like, yeah, with my wife. With my wife that I live with and that I love. I can talk about that. He goes, no, you can't. I'm like, yes, I can. And then my buddy Ricky just grabs me and goes, come on. come over here, because he could just see how hot I was getting.
Yeah.
And he was just bothering us the whole time before the show. He was such a weirdo that he bought us 2 bottles of wine before we even went up.
What?
Yeah.
Who
and then
does that?
This guy who's had a rough life and is excited for us to do comedy in the woods. It was so weird. And I just get back in the car, and I just look at him. I go, give me 3 minutes. And they're like, okay. And I just go ballistic. And then I go, all right, I'm done. Can we have a great rest of the night? And they're like, yep. And I was like, thanks. And we just kept driving away. That was the most wild thing.
That's crazy.
Full suit eating pizza. With a fork and a knife, too.
Oh, my fucking God.
Yeah, I knew that guy was going to be a problem.
Oh, Jesus.
I know.
Who goes to comedy and then, like, wants to give, like... say that afterwards. Why are you giving commentary?
Dude, I have no clue, but I went up to the staff afterwards. I'm like, are you mad at me? And they're like, no, why? I'm like, did you just see what happened? They go, yeah, that is the weirdest person in our town.
He just happened to be there that
and he just happened to be like, he's such a weirdo. And it's so weird because he's a math teacher and my kids love him. I'm like, how? He's a weirdo. They go, I know. It was absurd.
Where were you? Do you know what city it was?
Outside of Columbus. It's like 30 minutes outside of Columbus.
That sounds weird.
Where it's all still like farm when you drive up.
Yeah. Okay.
God, it was so weird like that. Just like, oh, here's a sprawling metropolis outside of the woods.
And then you get the hell is real fucking signs on the side and that kind of shit. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Ugh. What about worst food?
That pizza. No.
It's just flies coming out. Oh, no, the one at the buffet. Sorry, there was flies coming out of our pizza.
You know what? That means the pizza's really good. Because if it's going to other species. Question. That's the White Claw Surge, right?
Yes.
And review.
So the blood orange is really good.
Yeah.
The cranberry sucks.
Oh, is it too sugary?
Tastes like a Four Loko.
Oh, gross.
Yeah. This one's not bad, though.
8%?
8%.
That'll get you there quick.
Yeah.
That's an IPA.
I've been drinking on it for a while, and I feel pretty good.
That's good.
Yeah, not bad.
Not bad at all. Worst food. Man, that's tough because whenever I go out, like that's my buddy and I's time where we splurge and eat like garbage humans. Mm-hmm. And you kind of pass your exits and you gauge see what's happening. If it's a McDonald's. It's like McDonald's, Wendy's, then there's that third restaurant's never good. But when you look down the road and you see 2 or 3 signs, you're like, this is going to be a good spot.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of, like, where did we eat that was, like, surprisingly good? It was like a Mexican chain. It wasn't Cheat Cheese. What was it? It was like, was it a Chili's? No. What's another Tex-Mex, like, national chain?
Chuy's? There's Chuy's.
Chuy's is great.
Which is good. And then there's...
Love Chuy's.
Oh, man. I don't know. Los Mariachis? I don't know if that's national.
It might have been a Chili's, and we were just shocked because it was just, like, going in there with no expectations.
Yeah. And it was just good.
It was good. I got a taco salad. I'm like, this is actually pretty good.
Damn.
So, yeah. What was the last thing I ate road-wise? Because I haven't been out in a minute. I think the last thing I ate on the road was a Hardee's.
Oh.
And Hardee's still slaps.
Does it really?
I love Hardee's. I love trash food.
Yeah.
I love the idea that something like that can be manufactured and consistently made at whatever rate across the country.
That is
always
crazy.
The same. Always the same. Like when I worked at Applebee's, it was fucking nuts because you walk in and like you're like, I need riblets or whatever. So they pull out a bag and it says C3 and then you put it in the deep fryer. And you hit C3, and then it just cooks it automatically in the perfect amount of time every time.
It's literally a science.
It is, of course. Like Domino's is a science.
Oh yeah.
Like, did you watch the thing with David Chang, the Ugly Delicious?
No, I haven't.
Where they talk
watched
about
that.
pizza. It's on Netflix.
Oh.
They do work with a guy at Lucali who makes like some of the best pizza in the United States. And then David picks up a shift delivering at Domino's, and it's amazing that like they have this conveyor that has this board that looks like a type and speak or whatever, and you type it in and it knows exactly how to cook the pizza at what temperature with the toppings and everything. Yeah, it's just a conveyor belt for pizza.
That's crazy.
So
that's why it's the same every time you get it.
Every time, because they've developed, they have eliminated the human. I wouldn't be shocked that eventually, there will be robots running fast food places.
Oh, absolutely.
Have you seen the arm? There's one that gets advertised to me on Facebook. Like, if you want to get rid of your fry cook, get this arm. It's crazy. It's just a robot arm that makes French fries. And the comments are, oh, really? You're going to replace humans already? Tight. Thanks, Arby's.
Oh, man. That would have been nice at the McDonald's I worked at, because we had a woman named Deborah.
Ooh, was she a fry mensch?
She was and she would always be like, box of fries, because she couldn't pick them up. So she had to have somebody else do it. So she's just out there, box of fries, all the time.
How long did you work at McDonald's?
6 months.
Okay, well, did you ever work the burger station?
They wouldn't let me, the line.
Oh, so where were you? Were you behind the register?
I was back cash. I was the drive-through.
Oh, that's got to be brutal.
It was rough.
Yeah, because no one's ever nice to the drive-in person.
No, and Cody was my boss, so my boyfriend was my boss.
Wow.
That sucked, and he would be like, I'm not going to let you go on break because that's favoritism. Like, what the fuck? So, like, people would go on break. I'm like, yo, let me hit that cig. So they would, like, I would open the window and back cash, and they would let me smoke cigarettes out.
That rules.
Back cash. It sucked. Have you ever worked at a fast food restaurant?
Closest I've ever worked at a fast food restaurant would be Applebee's.
Applebee's, yeah.
Yeah, worked there for a year.
God, they have, like, really good wings, though.
They do, and it's just, it doesn't, they're solid.
Yeah.
And, like, whatever, they're boneless chicken tenders.
Yes.
They're called boneless wings, but I call them adult chicken nuggets because that's what they are.
That's what they
Stop calling something a boneless wing. A wing has bones. That's basic. Come on. I'll be more apt to eat them in public if they're called adult chicken nuggets.
Yeah, honestly, advertise it like that.
Give it to me,
Yeah.
and I'll respect you and eat there twice a week.
Which Applebee's did you work at?
The one on Beachmont.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
I think I've been in that one before.
I got fired from that one.
What? Why?
So I was serving. I finally got to do the round, which is the bar tables. That's where you really make your money. I worked with a dude who every night, Monday night, Tuesday night, or Friday night, he's like, I got to make $100. He would rake and he would make 8, 9 a week.
Damn.
Tips, dude. The guy knew how to work the system. If you can work one of those chain restaurant systems, get your add-ons, you can run those checks up pretty quick.
Holy shit.
Yeah. So I finally got to work it one night, and I walk up to a table, and there's this this guy who's probably like late 50s, early 60s, and then with his age inappropriate girlfriend who looked like 21, 22. And I walk up and I'm like, hey, do the spiel. We have ribs on tap, and we also have whatever, And I go, what can I get you to drink? And he goes, I'll take a tall Coors Light. She goes, I'll take like a white wine. I'm like, how's a Zen? She's like, fine. And I turn, and I realize, oh, I need to check your ID. And they were gone. I was like, what? Fuck. Because Applebee's sets up ID stings.
Oh, my God.
And right as soon as I turned, they ran out to the car, and I got called back into the office. And they were like, well, there's nothing we can do. We have to let you go. You didn't check their ID.
You were so close.
Yeah.
You didn't bring the drink.
No, I turned back around. I'm like, ah.
What the fuck?
Yeah, so they're like, they could not fire me. Like, I am in as a non-rehire at Applebee's. Across the country, William John Devore IV cannot be rehired at Applebee's.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Mm-hmm.
It's fine. Every Applebee's smells like urine, I think, though. There's something about it. They smell bad.
It's the Dollaritas.
It's just business.
Yeah, it's just dehydrated pee from the line cooks.
God. Oh, do you...
Yes.
Okay.
No.
I don't know what was happening there. I just spaced out.
No, I get it.
I'm withdrawing from my Lex Pro, so I'm like, spacey. But yeah, so I did want to see, when it comes to like serving and stuff like that, you mentioned that it like makes you fast on your feet with comedy and everything.
Sure.
But on the other side of comedy, like there's so many ways to bomb.
Yeah.
With it too.
Sure.
Do you like watching people bomb?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's the best thing in the world. And you can hear me in the background too, where it's like we're midway through a bomb at like 2.5 minutes, 3 minutes at like the hub, and you just hear me in the back howling. I love it, dude. It's the best part of comedy is watching people work on something new or someone be bad at something.
Yeah.
The best part of an open mic is that it is a freak show. There are people who are working on this and they're really good at it. Or there's someone who is learning how to do this. Or someone who walked in off the street that is on a 4-day meth bender.
Right.
And talks about how he was touring with the circus. And touring with state fairs working the machines. That's almost better than watching a legend work.
I would agree with that.
I saw a dude do that exact same thing. It was so funny. He was like, man, I'm a carny. And I was like, I am sitting down. He's like, yeah, I just got off the road. I'm in the middle of a 5-day meth bender. I'm like, you have my full attention. I am more than locked in. And he fucking killed because he was just like, man, he would like kind of fall asleep during a punchline and just get back up like that Patton Oswalt joke. He fucking did that. It was so fucking awesome.
Oh, that's amazing.
It was so cool. Sorry, my long hair is getting in my headphones.
Oh god.
But yeah, it was pretty freaking wild. But yeah, that's like one of the bbest parts of comedy.
Yeah, I thoroughly enjoy watching somebody bomb. There's something about it.
There's something about it.
Yeah.
Or so, the worst is like when they start acknowledging it and then yelling at someone. I'm like, no, this is on you. You did something wrong.
You can't cop out of it.
But if they just keep powering through and they're still confident, that's even funnier.
Yeah.
Oh, I've been there. I've done that. Come on. I've bombed a million times and I'm done. I'm like, man, that was a real bomb, huh?
What's your most recent bomb?
Oh, I didn't like eat. Most recent bomb where I just got off and I just went, whoof. The hub a couple weeks ago wasn't great, but that's just because I was working on some stuff and trying to figure it out. But a straight up bomb. It's been a while.
Yeah.
Like, I have to really think back to, like, 1918 to where I was just like, whew, that was nothing, huh? Oh, they just hated me, period.
Are there a lot of jokes that you have to get rid of? That you work on in open mics and you're like, nope.
No.
Get rid of that.
No. Well, I don't ever truly get rid of a joke.
Yeah.
I will just look at it and I'm like, man, what am I doing wrong? There's got to be something, like, not connecting here. So I'll give it a break. Mm-hmm. And then I'll come back to it. Like, I've been working on a joke. So I think I have so far where I'm like, I feel comfortable. Like, I had to say that I have 25 minutes that isn't on my album right now. Mm-hmm. That I'm working through and trying to figure out and get good. But there's somewhere I'm like, I pulled back and it's like this joke about pancakes that I started doing again recently that I let sit for like 2 years. But because I was just like, the thing is also like telling stories at mics and stuff. You can only get a shelf life on it because you can't just go and keep working on that same story for 2 months.
Yeah.
You know, because it's all your friends and they've heard it a million times and then you kind of have to like give it a break, let them forget about it and then bring it back.
Right.
So yeah, of course, I don't ever scrap anything. Mm-hmm. I will just go back and go, maybe I wasn't ready for that.
Right.
Maybe I'm not at a place to talk about this.
Yeah.
And so then you can go back and work on it.
Well, what's the worst advice you've ever gotten?
Worst advice I've ever gotten. Oh man, that's tough. That's a really tough one. Someone told me to do more voices.
Really?
And I was like, no.
No, thank you.
Man, you can do good voices. You should do more voices. I'm like, okay. But no, I really, maybe I don't even think about it. I just kind of block it out or just like, the worst advice is, you weren't clean. I'm going to eat pizza with a fork. A dweeb.
In a fucking suit.
Oh, in a suit.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Bananas.
That's insane.
Bananas.
Ugh. No, thank you.
Hard pass.
I'm good on that suit guy. No, thank you.
Appreciate it.
Oh my God. I don't know. Comedy is such a rare gift to have. And then once you go with it and you can just fucking do it.
Sure.
It's crazy.
Well, okay. So I'll agree with you that it is a rare gift, but then there's people that do it long enough that they just learn all the tricks. And then you watch them, you're like, how long? Oh, you've been doing it 17 years? Oh, you just know the tricks. Like, you don't say anything. You've said nothing. But you're just saying buzzwords and you put them in enough of a location and pause and wait that you
get it.
You get the laughs. You get how to perform. But it's, like, rare when you see someone that knows all the tricks and is a very good writer and performer.
Yeah.
That's where, like, the few percentages. That's like, you know, that's like the 1% of the 99%. You
right.
know what I mean?
Yeah, no, that totally makes sense. Because, I don't know, there's been times where I've, like, seen people go up and then somebody, like, sitting at the table is like, well, I can do that. And it's like, well, then
go do it.
Go fucking do it.
Yeah, and then just eat your own dick.
Dude, exactly.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. You think you're funny? Fine. figure out real quick, guy.
Right, how it all works. Because, like, I feel like you could be in, like, different audiences. I've been in an audience before where everybody just, like, loves one person, the next person has similar jokes, and everybody fucking hates them.
Oh, for sure. I mean, every crowd is 100% different every time. And every time you tell jokes, it's always different 100% of the time.
Yeah.
Because you could pause at a certain spot, or you could fumble on a word, or you could think of something new on the spot. Like, you are always different, and you're never going to get the same group of people in the same room ever again.
Right.
You know, that's just not possible.
I also feel like the crowd feeds off of each other too.
For sure. And whenever you're not having, my thing is like, I'm not having a conversation with a crowd. I'm having a conversation with one amalgamated person. Mm-hmm. And then I am just trying to keep up with that conversation and trying to dissect and see, like, what do they like here? What don't they like here? It's still kind of a guessing game. I have what I have on my list, but it could change depending on where they like something here or this here. Like, it's all, there's so many variables, and it never is going to ever go the way that you hope it goes.
Right.
Or that it could never go as bad or as good. It just, you just don't know.
Right. Yeah.
The most consistent places that are, like, good, it is the same people, but also at the same time, there's, like, those variables. So you never know.
You never know.
You never ever know.
That's what it is about comedy.
Yeah.
No clue.
No fucking clue.
So I'm going to ask you a generic question.
Hit me.
Who are your favorite comedians?
Sean Patton, Kyle Kinane, Eugene Merman, Chad Daniels. If you got to make me make a Mount Rushmore here, huh? So I have to do. I have 4.
4. You got them all.
I got them all. Those are mine. I love Kinane's style. I like his energy, and I really just enjoy how he leads you to water and then just throws you off the cliff.
That's nice.
And he has some of the best stories I've ever heard. Like the story about what was it? Finding a dead body at a party. That one's great. I forget which one that's off of. It's not Whiskey. I think it is Whiskey Icarus. That's on that one. Eugene Merman, his setup, his punch, and on top of the fact that, like, he brought in props and really leaned into it, like the paintings he did for his half-hour special, or like him renting out an entire ad in the New York Times. Was it the New York Times? No, it was like a Vermont newspaper talking about. No, it was the New York Times. He got a whole article about his Spectrum. Like his internet supply, like doing those type of things and thinking outside the box with comedy like that is fantastic.
Wait, isn't he a voice actor? Isn't he in Bob's Burgers?
Yeah, he's Gene.
He's Gene! Yeah, oh my God,
I've always said if I wanted, like, if this goes well, life, comedy, the ideal career situation would be to be Eugene Merman.
Yeah.
You get to be a voice actor on one of the most successful cartoons of all time and get to do stand-up whenever and wherever you want. Yeah, sign me up for that.
Dude, voice acting, I bet, is amazing.
I bet.
It's so fun. You would be such a good voice actor.
I've always wanted to do.
How do you get into that? Do you know?
Hey, how are you? Just launch, just fucking go. I don't know.
You just like send in your voice.
Yeah,
like different like.
Hey, how are you? No, it's to like you have to like film a tape. So you have to like do some reads. So I do reads like every week, and then you like have to do a scene, like avoid like back and forth with somebody, and then you send it and whatever. Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah, that'd be really cool to do. Sean Patton's energy is phenomenal. He has some of the best stage presence I've ever seen. Combined with fantastic writing, everything, but he's just so honest and genuine that it's like awesome. But then on stage he's fantastic, but off stage he's an even better dude. And he's just one of the nicest people who's always been super nice to me and like was very generous with his time whenever he's in town. And he's just an awesome, awesome dude to hang with. And Chad Daniels, same way. One of the best writers too, the way he flips a joke, the way he turns it, and the way that he splits a crowd and brings them back together is something that is magic to watch in person.
Yeah.
And he's just also a great dude.
Yeah. Have you met any comics that you're like, damn, I thought you would be cool in person. You fucking suck.
You suck? No, I've been pretty good about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Most of the people I've worked with, I'm like, you're pretty cool, man.
That's cool.
Yeah. So
you want to be on that. You want to be labeled like, oh, he opened for that dude, or he headlined for that dude, and they fucking sucked as a group.
Yeah. Well, but I'm like affable too, so I can get along with anybody. We'll find a way to make it work.
Right.
I opened up for the Whitest Kids You Know.
Oh my God!
And that was cool.
That would be so fun.
They were awesome. They were all super nice too.
Man.
After
Yeah.
They were really cool.
That show was on like IMC, whatever it was.
Oh, IFC, and then it was also on Fuse.
Yeah, it was on Fuse, man. That's where I got to know all my music was Fuse.
Oh, hell yeah. Lincoln Park, dude.
Yeah, bruh. But they did the Abraham Lincoln skit. That was like,
now you fucked up. Now you fucked up. Now you fucked up.
Which is so good, man. Were they fun to hang out with?
They were great.
Yeah,
it was all of them except for like the blonde-haired guy who was like off doing movies and stuff already.
Just doing his dang thing.
While they're like, we'll tour. And so it was pretty cool. They were great. They were super cool to work with.
Yeah. Would you do a movie? Would you be in film?
Sure.
Yeah.
I'll do anything. You know, I'm birthday parties, films. I'll start an OnlyFans right now. How do I sign up? How do I make it happen?
Not in my studio.
No.
Frankenbeans is in it. It's fine.
Frankenbeans.
My dog just shows up. Oh my god. All right. Well, are you doing any shows coming up? Let's hear them. Plug the shows.
When does this come out?
It'll come out, dude. Oh shoot, I'm bad at that.
No, you're good.
It won't come out next week. It'll come out the week after.
Okay, so I don't know what I have then, off the top of my head. It'll be, so I'll just plug this. First and third Tuesdays, come to 5 Points Park. That'll be super fun. July 2nd and 3rd, I will be headlining Chameleon.
Oh, shit.
So I'll be doing shows at 7:30 and 9:30. You can get tickets on their website. That's going to be super fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, come check those out.
Good food.
Great pizza.
Yeah, their pizza's so good.
Good wings.
Oh my god.
Oh man.
I love the Chameleon. And then plug your socials, my dude.
Oh, also listen to The New Nasty Boys.
Yes.
It's a podcast about baseball and friendship and comedy and all it's just like this, but with baseball.
More baseball.
It's a lot more baseball.
Lots of baseball.
And then
baseball.
Eventually coming out, I just have to get it together. I have a podcast called Bond with Friends.
Oh.
It's where I've interviewed my buddies. I made them watch a Bond movie, and then we break it down. And then at the end, I tell them why I picked that Bond movie for them.
Oh, like a James Bond movie?
Yeah.
That's cool. That's such a cool concept.
Yeah, I have a bunch done, but I've just been busy with work and getting them edited. And then, on top of that, going to have to do more. I have to do 20 more because I have 5 in the can.
Oh shit, that's what's up.
Yeah.
Did you ever play the James Bond video games? Like
oh
007?
Yeah, I've got GoldenEye at home. I've got a bunch. I've got I've got The World Is Not Enough, the N64 one, and I've got Everything or Nothing for the GameCube.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, that's so
Nightfire for the GameCube. Yes. Yeah, dude. I got a lock. Come on. I have a James Bond poster on my wall. I have an original from The Spy Who Loved Me. Alicia got it for me for my birthday.
That's sick.
Yeah, it's my favorite Bond movie.
Oh my god, that's awesome. So we got the new Nasty Boys. Reds, baby. Reds.
At William the Four on Twitter, Instagram. Find me on Facebook if you're a boomer.
Boomer. Are you on Facebook?
Yeah. Are we not friends on Facebook?
I don't know. I'm bad at Facebook.
I am too. I don't really use it.
I think people stop liking my shit. I was like, all right, well, I'm not good at this.
I only use it when I'm like, I have a show.
Yeah, come on out for promo.
And then people are like, what do you think about gun control? I'm like, come out of the show.
Oh my god. Well, thank you, Billy, for coming on.
Thanks for having me, Kylie.
It was a pleasure.
It was a delight.
Yes, and I will see you soon.
Yeah,
probably.
you will.
I'm going to come Tuesday. Am I doing anything Tuesday?
You should come.
I'm going to come Tuesday. Ayo! That was Talent's Talent with Billy Devore. Thank you again. Say goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye. Cicadas. Cicadas, they're everywhere. I'm sick of them. I'm tired of it. And I just want to say a big frickin' thank you to Billy Devore for coming on. He is going to be at 5 Points, the brewery, on the first and third Tuesday. He is hosting that with John Holmes. Check it out. It's going to be fantastic. Also, don't forget to like and share and do things. Do the do things. Do the dang do dang dang do do's. So, with that being said, Talent's Talent is getting a little crazy. Okay? What does that mean? I'll tell you what it means. I gotta get a camera. Somebody please DM me a good DSLR camera. Put that biatch in my DMs, because I really need to know what a good frickin' camera is. I want to use a camera. I want to show you my face. I tried to do it with my iPhone, but it won't let me use my mics with it, and I can't figure it out, and I'm technically not okay. No, IT's not good for me. I don't want it. Get rid of it. Get it out of here. IT is evil. So, yeah, I want to do videos one day soon. God damn, Kylie, you've been talking about it forever. And then I also just want to do like short little like clips, little clips, and like do like little tiny baby 20-minute episodes in July. And it's going to be really fun. And I want to say shout out to the homies that have been downloading and listening to this and sharing it. It's been so much fun. I've really enjoyed it. I love that my friends just come on here. Let me talk to them about the things and the doodads. Even if I'm not good at it, they still are very supportive. And it's just awesome. It's been so much fun. I want to meet more people. I want more people on. I want to talk to people about pottery. I want to learn how to do pottery. So absolutely phenomenal. Billy's a great guy. Go download his comedy album. Go get that beach drinking at the kids' table, baby. Go get it. Go get it. And then hopefully that will be a physical copy soon. And when it is, I'm sure he'll let us all know and we can just grab that bad boy. Grab it up. Vinyl's sick. That would be absolutely dope. But go check Billy out at a show near you. He does some traveling comedy, so put your travel pants on, go find him, or just come to the good old Cincinnati. We have a lot of shows going on around here, so if you want to check out a cool comedy show, Cincinnati's the place to frickin' be. And I'm really excited. My brother's birthday. It was Billy's birthday. We have so many birthdays. I'm going to Chillicothe. We're going to party. One of my friends is doing a comedy show there. His name is Chris. Go see it. It is at the Pine House or Poor House, whatever the fuck that is. It's just comedy time, baby. We're having a good time. It's been a lot of fun. Doing these podcasts again. I'm just really enjoying it. Mr. Beans is enjoying it. We love it. I have a studio set up, so let's fucking hang out, baby. All right, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, blah, 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 blah. It's really important. Maybe. I don't know. At least you listen to it. All right, that's it for Talent's Talent. Happy Thursday, baby. You have a good day.